Hello everyone and welcome to the science video session. So we are going to study about the parts of a flower in this video. You know, flowers are the most colorful and attractive parts of a plant. They are also called as the bloom or the blossom of the plant. They are the reproductive part of the plant. A flower is said to be the modified part of a plant for sexual reproduction. Hence, they are called as the reproductive organs of the plant. Uh, Different plants have different colored flowers, and each and every flower is colorful, beautiful, and attractive. So let's just start discussing about the various parts of the flower and their usefulness. So, first of all, before starting with the different parts of the flower, we should know about the different types of the flower. So, there are two types of the flower: unisexual flowers and the bisexual flowers. Unisexual flowers are the flowers which contain either pistil or the stamen. Okay, so what you must be confused now, okay, what a pistil and what a stamen, this we are going to discuss in the later part of this video. So first of all, you should know that unisexual flower contain either pistil or the stamen. Examples for unisexual flowers are the papaya, watermelon, cucumber, white mulberry, muskmelon, and etc. There are many more. And the next is the bisexual flower, the flower that contains both male and female part, that is the stamen and the pistil, they are called as the bisexual flower. Example, lily, rose, sunflower, tulip, daffodil, tomato, chili, long bean, etc. Now, apart from these, both male and female unisexual flowers may be present in the same plant or in the different plant. Just like mustard, rose, etc., they have bisexual flowers, whereas maize, papaya, cucumber, they produce unisexual flowers. Okay. So here in the diagram, I have shown you the parts of a flower. You can see that the pink color, that part of the flower is the petals. They are brightly colored and very attractive part. Next is the green color part, green leaf like structure, which is present at the base of the flower. They are called as sepals. Next we have the, like that, this stamen part which has the anther and the filament, and in the middle we have the pistil, which has three parts: stigma, style, and the ovary. So it is discussed about the each part of the flower in the detail. Now here in this, we are going to discuss about the sepals. I have shown you the picture also. Sepals are the outermost world of the flower, or outermost circle of the flower. A sepal is a green colored leaf like structure present at the base of the flower. You can see in the picture the green leaf like structure which is present at the base of the pink color flower. So sepals typically function as a protection of flower in the bud form, and often as a supporter of the petals of the flower when in the bloom. And together all the sepals are called as the calyx. The next part is the petals. So I have already told you that the petals are the very colorful and the very brightly and very attractive parts of the flower. So petals form the whorl that lie next to the sepal, and they are bright and colorful part of the flower. With the bright colors and the scent, they often bring insects and birds to pollinate the flower. Petals are modified leaves which surround the reproductive part of the flower, and together all the petals are called as the corolla. Now, the third part of the flower is the stamen, and it is the male reproductive part of the flower. Each stamen is formed of a swollen apical part, which is the anther, and a long slender stalk like part which is called the filament. You can see in the picture also, I've shown you the swollen part, anther, and the long tube like structure which is called the filament, and together the anther and filament is called as a stamen. And inside the anther, pollen grains are formed. I have shown you the pollen grains inside the stamen also. The horizontal section has shown you the pollen grain which is present inside the anther. Now, inside the anther, you know that the pollen grains are formed. So pollen grains are the male reproductive cells, or I would say the male gamete that takes part during the fertilization and fertilizes the ovule. Gametes again are the special cells which takes part in the fertilization process or in the reproduction process. Now the last but the most important again is the pistil. So pistil is the female reproductive part of the flower. It is also known as the carpel. Pistil consists of stigma, style and the ovary. You can see in the picture also. Stigma is a part where the pollen grain is received. Then when pollen grain falls on the stigma, it develops a tube-like structure which goes inside the style part and reaches to the ovary. Ovary contains one or more ovules. The female gamete or the egg is formed in the ovule. So ovules develops into the seed after the fertilization by the pollen. Once the pollen reaches to the ovary, it fertilizes the ovule and the seeds are formed. So in the sexual reproduction, male and female gametes fuse together to form a zygote. So this is like how the pistil and the stamen, they are the most important part. They take place in the reproduction process. So and hence their flowers are the reproductive organs of the plant. So I've discussed here all the four parts, all the four most important parts of the flower. I've discussed about the petals, about the sepals, about the stamen and the pistil. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope it is very clear to you all.